the KO still. We're gonna see how much this actually does. Oh, yeah, sunny day. Uh-oh. He changed my weather. Doesn't matter though, because he doesn't have no tailwind, and that just, it doesn't KO him. But the recoil will, I guess. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, as long as I get the kill on the Rillaboom, I think I still doing pretty good. What is it? Ready back with some more Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet, Regulation H, VGC. Floatzel is a really cool mon that is able to have a really hefty speed stat in the rain, being pretty much able to outspeed everything in the format. You also have some really solid, hard-hitting water-type moves that get boosted by the rain. The main issue with Floatzel, though, is it's really frail, and it's just outshadowed by a few other rain sweepers currently in the format. Team around Floatzel and in rain and a few other really cool things. I think Floatzel is really underrated. At least for me, like, it's my favorite water sweeper. I like Basculegion too, but Basculegion's kind of boring after a while. Kind of just does the same thing every single time. Floatzel is one of those mons that, like, it has really good stats. Like, I just don't know why everybody's... I mean, it's a little bit weak compared to, like, Basculegion and a few other things, but, like, with the rain and that type of thing, and having, like, the really high base power water stab move kind of makes up for it a little bit. I think it's just overshadowed by a lot of the other rain sweepers in the format. There's not really much reason to use it because Basculegion and a few other things like Arclodon and stuff exist, so... This team doesn't have Arclodon, though, or Basculegion. This team has Floatzel, so we're going to see how it does. It's a team by Xulu, so if you guys want to use this team, rental in the corner, paste down below. I'm going to kind of run through this team real quick, and we're going to hop in some games. A lot of really cool stuff on here. So, at the start of this team, the Floatzel with the Mystic Water. I've also seen Choice Banded Floatzel, which also is pretty damn good. The one main thing I think Floatzel has over like every other Rainmon, including Basculegion, is you have so much higher of a base speed. I think it's like 105 speed, I think it is. So like you don't even need to run like it's fully invested into speed if you really don't want to. Just outspeed the entire format in Rain with the double speed boost with Swift Swim. Basculegion, you kind of have to still run max speed every single time with like Jolly if you want to outspeed everything. Or if you don't want to rely on Tailwind, you don't really have to worry about that as much as Floatzel, which is kind of a thing it has going for it. And you also have really good ice coverage, which is something that Basculegion doesn't have. It has Last Respects, which is probably way more broken, but you don't have any ice type coverage, so I guess it might get Ice Beam or something. I think it gets 1 or 2 ice moves that are special, but no physical ice moves that I know of. We're going to see how it does on this team. You got the Terra Grass there. You got the Sneasler on this team, which is also kind of rising up. I don't know about you guys, I've used Sneasler on one of my teams way before it was popular, so I was the OG already using it before everybody else found out how good it actually is. Don't believe me, go look at one of my team I made about 3 weeks ago with Hisuian, Zoroark, Noivern, Sylveon, Sneasler, and a bunch of other stuff on it. Go check it out, it's live on the channel right now, if you don't believe me. Got the Grassy Seed Sneasler, just overall really standard. So you got the Shadow Claw there to hit stuff like Golden Goal and some of your other ghost types for good damage that would normally wall you and kind of catch them off guard. Rocky Helmet for Igarath. With the Armor Tail, which this team really likes, the main thing to get rid of Floatzel is priority damage, which it does not like at all. Grassy Glide, Extreme Speed, Fake Out, that type of stuff. And it gets blocked by Armor Tail, so that's really nice. You also have Trick Room there to pair with the Goodra and for like opposing Trick Room teams to reverse the Trick Room, so that's pretty good. The Hisuian Goodra on this team with the Shell Armor hit pretty much Body Press alongside Shelter, pretty much Iron Defense Body Press Goodra. That's kind of what it really is with the Heavy Slam. Not really too much crazy, it's more of a standard set. Standard AV Rillaboom with Terra Dragon. A little bit unique, but usually you run Terra Fire on it, we're going to see how that does. And you got the Culver Cloak Blipper on this team with the Wide Guard Tailwind, kind of more of a standard set. You also have Terra Dark there, which is kind of unique. So most of the Blippers I've been seeing are running like Terra Ground or like Terra Grass, so we're going to see how that actually does. Mainly Terra Ground for like opposing Arclodon. It's kind of what they're running it for, but we're going to see how that does. Let's hop in some games with this team. Alright, we're here with a match. My opponent's running a crazy team. Oranguru, Berserker, Medicham, Vivillon, Toxtricity, and Clauncher. Or Clawitzer, I think that's what it is. Crazy team. I don't even know what he really wants to do. I think he for sure brings Toxicity. That's actually pretty good versus me. Toxicity is really good versus me. What else? I don't know. I think what I do here is actually lead Rillaboom Sneasler. Looks really nice here. Rillaboom Sneasler looks really good. I'm going to bring the Flipper in the back, and then I think I'm going to bring the Floatzel in the back. I think that's what I do here. He doesn't really have much priority on his team. He has Fake Out, but apart from that, that's all he really has. I really don't know what he wants to do here either. If he has, like, Skill Swap Huge Power, but, like, what does he swap that onto? I'm not sure. Maybe the Berserker? I don't know. I guess actually swapping that on Berserker would be broken because he would have Huge Power Berserker plus Steely Spirit Medicham. That could be really broken, actually. We're going to see if that's what he wants to do. That actually makes sense looking at it, so... Can he do it, though? Like, can he actually pull it off? I don't know. If you liking the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really helps out the channel. On our way to 2,000 subscribers. So he just leads with it, too. That's what he wants to do. I guarantee you that's probably what he wants to do here. That's why I led with this, because like I can outspeed him and just go for Fake Out too, which is pretty good. I get the defense boost here, which really helps me out. Oh, I don't know. I for sure outspeed the Berserker. So like if he wants to Fake Out here, which I think is what he would really want to do, you'd Fake Out with the Berserker and then skill swap the Medicham. I think that's what you really want to do here, but I'm going to Fake Out his own Berserker so he can't fake me out. And then I'm going to Shadow Claw the Medicham here and get it out of here. I think Shadow Claw probably just one-shots him. Medicham's defense is pretty damn bad. He might switch too because I can maybe hit him for a close combat here. He might be fearing close combat. Detect, that's fine. So literally this is like a useless turn because he's going to get all his health back with Grassy Terrain, so we literally did nothing. Whatever. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close combat into Berserker. That's what I'm going to do now. And I'm just going to Wood Hammer here. Bullet Punch. Steely Spirit boosted Bullet Punch. That's interesting. Not anymore, though. Get out of here. Really interesting concept, because I think that's kind of what he wanted to do, is like the skill swap Steely Spirit stuff. And like give huge power over to the Berserker. That's probably what he wanted to do, but like it's just so difficult to pull off. It really is. Cool concept, though, I think. When it works, the very few times you can actually get it to work. He brought the Toxicities, which I thought he was going to bring, so it's not really too surprising. I'm gonna U-turn out here. I'm gonna U-turn out, and then I have close combat too, so I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna double into the Oranguru. I think what he wants to do here is just try to... You could Terra normal on this turn too. It's kind of ballsy, but... Or Terra Electric, and I think what he wants to do is just instruct the Toxicity. Either that or set up Trick Room, and I don't want that to happen. He's gonna Protect, so he wants to get the Trick Room up. That's not happening, but... No Trick Room for you. That does over half. He actually lives. Wow, that sucks. Actually lives. He's gonna get the Trick Room up. That's bad. I have Wide Guard though, so I don't know. It depends on what he has. Not really the worst thing ever because I have Wide Guard. I kind of wish I never went for U-turn there and I would have just went for like Wood Hammer, because I think Wood Hammer would have got the KO for sure. Yeah, I got a real low roll there too. I could have maybe got like a minimum damage roll. I'm going to go for Wide Guard here, predicting an Overdrive Instruct. Or like a boom burst instruct. And then I'm gonna Dire Claw here, I think. He's gonna protect, okay. I thought Oranguru had telepathy, so I don't know why he's protecting. Either that or he's trying to set up on me. There's the boom burst. Oh man. He's lucky I never went for close combat into the Toxicity. He might actually just be, like, he's not locked in because he went for protect. If he has a single target electric move, he'll go for it here onto the Blipper, but then I don't know. The match ain't done by any means, but like still it's gonna come down to like if he has a psychic type move on the Oranguru, what he's running on that thing. Tries to go for a wide guard again. Wide guard, close combat again. He could protect here too, just try to get rid of the Sneasler, but then he's stalling his Trick Room turns out, so I think I can probably just stall his Trick Room turns out pretty soon here. He's down to like 3 turns. Instruct. What, Boom Burst? That doesn't work. We'll see if he's telepathy here. I don't know why he wouldn't be telepathy or Oranguru. Doesn't make sense. There it is. So that, he literally does nothing here. Oh, he has Sludge Bomb. No, so that's why. Goodbye. So he doesn't have like a single target electric type move, which is the problem with Toxicity. A lot of them don't. He probably has Overdrive, which is also a spread move. So like when you're going against Wide Guard, like it just kind of shuts down everything you really want to do. You only really run like, sometimes you even run just like Sludge Wave over Sludge Bomb, but you happen to have Sludge Bomb for this one. So I think he just surrenders here. I don't know how he wins. I do not know how he wins here unless he goes for Protect to try to stall me. Goodbye. I think the real problem there is I was just one step ahead of my opponent like the entire game. The guy could not catch a break. Like I had Wide Guard to shut down like the second half of his team. The Berserker Metachamp stuff I had really good checks for. I knew what it wanted to really kind of do to me, so just kind of predicting and kind of knowing what everything really wants to kind of do, so couldn't really do much to me. Sucks to be him, but I got a really good dub. Not bad. The FLOATZEL didn't even need to hit the field either, so that's kind of cool. See you guys in another match. Alright, we're in another game. I think this is actually a copy-paste rental team from one of the big tournaments they had recently. It looks really familiar to one of those teams. Politoed, Toxicroak, Clefable, Rillaboom, Salamence, King Gambit. We both have rain teams here too. I think the main difference though is he has Intimidate, which kind of shuts down the FLOATZEL kind of hard. Same with Sucker Punch. So like, I think he for sure brings King Gambit here. For sure what he does. I kind of want to just bring like Rillaboom, Sneasler lead, but that makes me really weak to Salamence. Part of me just wants to kind of go Trick Room for this. And that's what I do here. I'm going to bring Frigoraph, Goodra lead here. What else do I want to bring? I think FLOATZEL in the back ain't too bad if he brings his own weather. I'm going to bring the FLOATZEL in the back. And then I think I'm going to bring the Sneasler by itself. If he also brings his Rillaboom, he can also proc my Seed for me. Which he might bring here too, so. It'll be a really tough game to win though, because like Salamence is kind of a problem for my team. Like the combo of Salamence, Clefable, and King Gambit's kind of a threat. Scope Rillaboom, okay. This ain't too bad. He can hit me for like really solid fighting damage here though, which kind of sucks, but he can't go for fake out, and I can just trick room freely here. I could also protect on this turn, which I think I'm going to do. Fake out. You dummy. Does he not know that Armor Tail exists? I also have Terra Fairy on this, but like it doesn't pay going for Terra Fairy because then I just make myself weak to poison type moves, which I don't really want to do, and I also make myself weak to King Gambit if he has a steel type move. So I think I'm better off just keeping the typing I currently have here. I'm going to go for Hyper Voice for some damage, and then I'm going to set up a shelter. If he has Clefable in the back, I have Heavy Slam, so I'm not really too worried about it. Even with +2, that still is a solid amount of damage. I think I might actually need to go to +4. Woodhammer's like a 2-hit KO. That does a fuck ton of recoil though. So much recoil. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up to +4 and then I'm gonna start doing some damage. I think the Frigoraph probably drops here. I also have Protect. I'm gonna Protect here, and I'm just gonna go for Shelter. We're taking a lot less damage from Drain Punch now, so I think on this next turn I has Hyper Voice, and then I try to start doing some damage to the Toxicroak. There's the Woodhammer. I might actually just double into Rillaboom here, actually. I think it's a little bit more of a threat. I want to keep the Frigoraph around. If I can, at least. Unfortunately, I don't have a Psychic-type move to hit the Toxicroak here, which kind of sucks. But I'm a Hyper Voice here. I'm just going to double into the Rillaboom on this turn. I'd like to be able to try to set up another Trick Room here in like 2 turns, but I don't know if it'll be still alive. Depends what he has in the back. I don't think he has Clefable, if I were to guess. Probably has Salamence and Politoed. He surrenders. Okay. Okay. He got that frustrated. He was like, yeah, there's no way I win versus this. I gotta surrender. I think that was a bit of a premature surrender there, bro. You saw a really solid chance of winning. You ducked out and you left. Whatever. I'll see you guys in another game. Alright, we hear the game. This is a really good match for FLOATZEL. Really, really good game for FLOATZEL here. May not seem like it, but like if I can bring the Frigoraph to, I can prevent like a lot of the priority shit he wants to go for here. I have Ice Spinner for half his team, and like everything else gets hit by a Wave Crash really hard. So it ain't too bad here. I think I'm actually gonna leave with them. I'm gonna leave with FLOATZEL here. I'm gonna leave FLOATZEL Pelipper to get my rain up. I'm gonna bring Frigoraph in the back to prevent the priority garbage. What else do I want to bring here? I think he for sure brings Rillaboom. He for sure brings the King Gambit. Whimsicott probably as well. And then his last month's kind of a toss-up. Probably Haxorus if I were him to bring. Haxorus ain't too bad into my team. What do I want to bring here? I could bring my own Rillaboom, which ain't too bad. I think I'm better off bringing Sneasler here, though. I think Sneasler's a little bit better for like the Clefable, and like it hits half his team for really good damage. So I think I'm going to bring that here. He actually just straight up leads. He just straight up leads this. That ain't too bad for me, though. I can actually get rid of his terrain here with, like, an ice spinner. I think the main issue, though, is, like, the Haxorus just one-shots me. So, like, I can switch out the Pelipper here if I really want to. I'm just kind of scared of the Haxorus one-shotting the FLOATZEL here, because I don't think I can one-shot both of these mons back. That's the problem I'm going to have here. I'm going to Ice Spinner here, though. I'm going to Ice Spinner onto the Haxorus. I have Sneasler in the back to deal with the Rillaboom, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to switch the Pelipper out into the Frigoraph here to either negate a Fake Out or a Grassy Glide. Fake Out, perfect. Perfect. See what an Ice Spinner actually does. I don't think it one-shots. I mean, it does about 65%. Just Outrage. It hits into the Frigoraph, though, so that's perfect. That's perfect. And he gets hit by the Rocky Helmet. That's really nice. So what I can do here... I don't know. Do I just protect here? I could protect here and hope that he doesn't hit me with Outrage. That could be something I want to do here. And I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Gets confused. That's fine. Woodhammer, he doubles into the FLOATZEL. That's what I wanted. Perfect. That way I'm just able to get rid of the Haxorus and I can do some chip damage to the Rillaboom here. I don't know if that really does much for me, but the Haxorus is the main thing to get it out of here. I also have Helping Hand, so I think on this next turn he has Whimsicott too, so that's a bit of an issue. If he has Tailwind, that could be a bit of a problem, but I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go for Ice Spinner onto the Rillaboom, and I'm going to go for Helping Hand here. I think with a Helping Hand boost, I can probably get the KO still. We're going to see how much this actually does. Oh, he has Sunny Day. Uh-oh. He changed my weather. Doesn't matter, though, because he doesn't have no Tailwind, and that just... it doesn't KO him. But the Recoil will, I guess. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, as long as I get the kill on the Rillaboom, I think I'm still doing pretty good. So I'm not really too worried about that. I have Sneasler still in the back, too. I won't be able to proc my Grassy Seed, which kind of sucks, because I got rid of his terrain, but whatever. Oh, Corona, okay. I think what I want to do here is I'm just going to Dire Claw, and then I'm going to switch right out into the Pelipper on this turn. Give me Sash too, but if I give you Sash, he's risking then getting like poisoned, slept, or burned, or thought, or paralysis. So Dire Claw can have some extra effects. There's the taunt. That's really ballsy. That is so ballsy because Armor Tail would have blocked that. So he predicted me to switch there. That's a huge play. I get the crit. I don't think that matters at all. Quiver Dance. Okay. I don't really care if he Quiver Dances because he can't kill both of these mons unless he's like +2 at least. I also have Rain up now, so whatever. I go for Dire Claw here and just try to hope for a poison or some hacks. And then I go for the Hurricane here. I think that's kind of game. Like, I don't know what he has to really one-shot both of my mons. Especially with like no fire type move, or that the damage being reduced. Really good play there, though, with the taunt. Really good play on taunt there, but I don't know how much that really mattered for him. I wasn't really going to go for, like, another status move there anyway, as I was probably going to just go for, like, Hyper Voice if I were staying. Sneasler just fucking one-shots him. Holy shit. I think that's another good thing about Sneasler. Like, Sneasler's just so good. Like, the fighting poison typing is just so fucking good into, like, a lot of the shit that's being played in the format right now. You got a lot of stuff that goes Terra Grass, which you hit with Dire Claw for super effective. So many steel types that get hit by close combat or, like, a fighting type move. Like, it's just such a really good offensive combo. Really difficult for people to play into, and, like, if they do want to play into it, they usually have to Terra into something. So, not bad. Really good game. Let's talk a little bit more about this team. Alright, as for this team, is FLOATZEL viable? I think it is. I think the only thing that really holds FLOATZEL back, though, is that I don't think it's nearly strong enough. There's a lot of KOs that you do miss out on, just I think because mainly you're just not strong enough. You really need, like, a helping hand boost, which this team does provide, which is nice. But, like, without a helping hand boost, there is some KOs that you kind of do miss out on. So, another thing, too, is, like, your main damaging move, you take so much recoil. And you don't really have that high of a HP stat on, like, Basket Legion, which has a way higher HP stat than FLOATZEL does. So it can take a lot more recoil before it dies. With this, like, especially if you want to run, like, Life Orb, for example, on this thing, too, you're even eating more damage every turn. So you can kind of stall it out that way with just having recoil, taking recoil and Life Orb damage. This one doesn't have Life Orb, but, like, that's also the other most common item on FLOATZEL, or, like, Choice Band, if you are running it currently in the format. So the Mystic Water is great if you're able to spam the water type moves. I think this team synergizes with the FLOATZEL really well. You got the Armor Tail blocking all the priority shit that it does not want to go against at all. A lot of the stuff that the FLOATZEL gets walled by usually either gets taken down by the Sneasler or the combination of, like, the Pelipper and the Rillaboom, which is really nice. So I think this team is really, really good. Not really too much I would change at all. There's a few moves on this team that I think need to be changed with, like, Power Point, PP ups. I think Close Combat is only, like, 5 Power Points. There's a few other moves on this team I would use a few Power Point PP ups on, but, like, at least for, like, critique wise with the team stuff I would change. I don't think I'd really change much. Maybe the Pelipper I changed the Terra to Terra Ground for, like, Arclodon and a few other things, but I never really ran into much Arclodon with this team. And, like, you do have a really good check to it in Sneasler, so it's not really the biggest of issues. So if you play the Sneasler really well, like, it shouldn't really be that much of a problem anyways. I don't know. I do like the Trick Room mode on this team as well. If you're going against, like, really fast teams, the Goodra, Frigoraph stuff works really well into a lot of those teams. So, I don't know if you guys want to use the team, rental code up in the corner, paste down below, really solid team. Like FLOATZEL, I wish it was a better mono. I think it's a little too weak and a little bit too frail to be incredibly viable, but it's not, like, useless. I do think if you really want to use it, you can make it work, and I think it's overall a really solid showcase for it with this team. So, I don't know, I had fun playing the team. Really cool mon. FLOATZEL is one of my favorite mons. Really one of my favorite water type mons. Always like using it. Not one of my favorite mons, but one of my top favorite mons. I think there's a few other favorite water types. Like, I like Suicune, I think is probably one of my favorite ones. There's a bunch of other ones. Some of the starters I really like Quaquaval and stuff. But I don't know. Still one of my more favorite water types. So if you want to use a team, let me know how you guys do. Hopefully you have better luck than I do. I mean, I didn't have that bad of luck. I did pretty good with this team, but I also was playing my ass off. So if you don't play the team really that good, maybe you'll struggle a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody.